With each passing deer season, hunters find themselves getting more and more connected to the chase. The off-season work, the long hours put into strategizing, and ultimately, the countless hours on stand. Every sit teaches us a lesson. You can get discouraged on the slow days, or you can analyze what went wrong and make changes for the next hunt. Learning from our mistakes and applying them to future sits is part of what makes bow hunting so addicting. Success is great, and it's what drives us as hunters. But what we learn from the most is the grind.
Dylan and I are in the middle of Minnesota, stopping to fill up with gas. We left our hometown at about 10:30. Dylan had to work till 10-ish. Time we got everything loaded in the truck, it was about 10:30. I think it was scheduled for like a 9.5-hour drive, but a few pit stops and stuff. We should get to Dakota. The phone said about 7:45, I think, so we're just gonna run around, put trail cameras out tomorrow morning and end all afternoon, and then stay overnight at Dakota, and then head her back home Sunday morning. But yeah, excited to get out there and see what's running around. I think we found our first spot. It's really just one big marsh here, one big marsh just over the hill, another big marsh over there, and just kind of like a little woodlot with beans just surrounding it. So we're just kind of trying to figure out where we want to set up, which winds we want to be able to play it off of. But I think we're going to go just down this way a little bit. It's kind of just down to the little bottom bowl, and the deer should feed out the beans out of the wind type of thing is what we're thinking. So. I think we have 6 or 7 cameras out right now, but there's just a lot of different stuff from last year. It's super dry, so a lot of the farmers, the big marsh areas that we've kind of target that hold a lot of deer when it's wetter, well, they kind of just combined that and baled it up into, you know, hay or whatever you want to call it. Did a ton of driving, got a few markers maybe placed for future references, but I think we got, if I'd say 4 or 5 spots I feel really good about, and then another 1 or 2 that are could see being good, could see being a bust, but yeah, I think we're gonna be set pretty good for 2 weeks when we come back out.
You ready for this, Rand?
Ready for a nap.
Let's get this bread. Not sponsored.
It's 4 o'clock. We're at some Casey's in the middle of Minnesota, I think. Dylan drove the first leg here, and I was passed out pretty much the whole time. I have really no idea where we are. We're just gonna fill up with gas. I'm gonna maybe grab a bite to eat and an energy drink, and then get back on the road. Got probably about another 4 hours about left.
I got sick. I'm pretty tired. Rand made me drive like 3/4 of the way.
What a liar.
He's well rested, so.
What you got? Cookies and milk?
Mm-hmm.
Delicious. So, are you still on for giving yourself a bowl cut?
Yeah, we're doing the bowl cut.
I didn't bring any clippers.
I did.
Oh, Christ.
Let's do it.
We are doing it.
I don't know.
Oh, yes, we are.
I don't know.
You want to kill a jumbo or not?
Yes, sir. I did tell Rand, he shoots him tonight, I might have to kiss him.
Come here, Andy.
Well, we are at the parking spot that we're gonna kind of go from here. It's about 3 o'clock now. We're just gonna kind of pack everything up here. Got quite a walk. It's about the middle of this country block that we have to get to, so decent walk. We're just gonna kind of take it slow. It's kind of warm. It's like 75 degrees, so don't want to get too pitted out on the way in, but pretty much our biggest buck that we have on camera has been daylight the last 2 days in this spot, and he's a nice buck.
of legal time left, but probably be about 20 minutes less than that. We got some clouds that blew in this afternoon, so I'm guessing it's gonna get dark a little sooner, but the temperatures are starting to drop. You can feel that already, and the wind's starting to calm down pretty much significantly. We just had a little velvet point buck kind of work through here, right in front of the trail camera that we have set up, and then just kind of walk through this fence line and on past us. We're just gonna sit tight and hope something else comes through.
Well, it's about 5 after 5 right now. We are fully situated in the blind, ready to go. We're at Gravel Pit 2.0 tonight, the spot that Giannis has been coming to pretty regularly. Last night, he was here probably, 5-10 minutes after daylight. So hopefully he slips up tonight, comes a little sooner. We got some farmers behind us. They're probably 200-300 yards away at the closest. Just kind of baling some of this marsh grass stuff because it's super dry out here. So hopefully they kind of wrap up with that here semi-soon, and then hopefully it didn't disturb the deer too much, that they kind of continue into their normal pattern.
Right now we just got back to North Dakota. We had, I guess, a semi-eventful night right at the end there. Looked like a velvet 4-point kind of come through, and then we had 2 does also come through right at last light. So couldn't do an interview there, but it was a decent night. No sign of Giannis, but we looked at the cell cams already on the way home, and at 3 corners where we were last night there, it looks like there's 2 or 3 different shooters in there kind of right at last light. Might have been just a smidge after, depending on what the weather is. That might be the game plan tomorrow if we can get the right wind and not kind of booger them out. So we're gonna see what else kind of shows up on the cell cams here in the next hour or 2 and kind of go from there for tomorrow.
Ready for the night or what?
Yep, give her a shot. About that time.
It's about 7:15. We've had actually a pretty eventful hunt so far. We had started off with the Velvet 9, kind of came right underneath the stand. Shortly after that we had a small little 7-point come up and just kind of worked through the plowed field and came up right next to us and just kind of ate some of the brush, literally right underneath the stand. He walked off into the same little group of trees, and then shortly after that we just had a doe and fawn, pretty much the same thing. Really eventful. Still have an hour, probably and a half of daylight left, so it's good to see that they're up on their feet this early though.
Well, it is day 4 here in North Dakota. We're gonna have a little fun today. Got everything done at camp that we need to, and it's a nice day, so we're enjoying some time on the golf course. So we're gonna hang out here, probably golf 9. That's gonna be plenty for us, and then jump in a tree later.
Tell the folks what you're using today on this hole.
Oh, we're gonna use the good old 3-wood and try to get her up there, eh?
I disagree. I think you use the old big old driver.
Oh, that ain't gonna work. Lost the ball.
You know, golf just probably ain't my game. But
I took the win by 6 strokes over Rand. Dylan just came along as to participate, we'll just say that. And we're gonna head back. It's going on about 1 o'clock right now, so we're gonna head back, get lunch, and probably head to the tree and blind or whatever we got up our sleeves around 4 or 5 this afternoon and see if we can't get it done.
Well, it's about 6:30 now. I haven't seen anything yet tonight. The wind started to pick up actually half hour after we got in the tree. It's actually blowing pretty good right now. Our series of kind of unfortunate events so far this week kind of hit us again tonight for the second time. We were sitting in the standby for an hour and a half, and the farmer actually came in and started to kind of work up or do something in this field a ways down. I'd say the closest he got to us is probably 300 yards, so I don't think he boogered anything too bad, but we still got 2 hours till it's dark out, so yeah, like I said, still got plenty of time, so hopefully something shows up here.
What are we doing, Rand?
Grabbing the rope.
Yes, sir.
It's one thing.
Yes, sir.
Got a Jimmy kite to hang. Yes, sir. Dude, awesome. Congrats, bud. I love this feeling, man.
Holy dude.
Good vibes only, man.
Let's go. Actually, pretty smooth.
Well, it's about 6 o'clock now, and we just got set up in a whole new spot that we didn't intend on coming to. A spot we had intended on going to, the farmers were working in the field right next to it, so we had to abandon that plan, unfortunately. There's a nice 8-point buck that was there towards the end of the night, or in daylight the last few nights, so sucks we had to do that, but came to a pretty good spot. It looks like it's a good area. Cell cams show that there's a buck, or a couple nice bucks in here that have been showing up. Hopefully they just get up on their feet a little earlier today and take a stroll through here.
We got about good 45 minutes of legal light left. I have not seen a deer yet, but hopefully they're still on their way. We actually might see some on the other side of this marsh in a big egg field, but other than that, it seems like a kind of slow night, but wind's calming down here, so it's kind of getting to that good hour out here in North Dakota. We're just gonna sit tight and hopefully something strolls through.
Tonight we're going to be headed back to the spot we call Gravel Pit 2.0. The last few days, or a couple days ago, the farmers are kind of baling some of the marsh grass and just smaller grass that was in that area, so we kind of stayed out of there. I think they're due to kind of come back to that bean field that we're on the edge of. I think just kind of the last few days with the farmers being in there that they're a little shy of it. And with the wind that we have tonight, we don't really have a great other spot to go to, so we're just going to give this one a shot and see what happens. Next few days we should have some good wins for some other spots, so we're just going to kind of let them be for tonight and head back in here, and maybe we'll get lucky and Giannis shows up. Didn't see a deer, didn't see much. Hotel cams are slow tonight, so it's not cool either. But I don't know. We're gonna go inside, have a few beers, maybe eat some dinner, maybe throw some darts, and see what happens tomorrow.
Well, it's about 5:15. We got fully set up and ready to rock and roll. Like I said before, we're at the spot we call Chuck's that we haven't hunted yet this week. We've had a nice 10-pointer that's shown up a couple days in a row in daylight right before sunset, so we're hoping he shows up again tonight. How it sets up is we have a strong south wind, which actually blows it back into this woodlot behind us, and it's a thick, gnarly woodlot, so I don't think anything's ever really going to come through there, so we feel pretty comfortable with that wind. Got about 3.5 hours till dark, and hopefully something shows up. Working the bean line. He's in the grass. Okay. Come on. It's still in him. Dude. Holy shit. We worked so hard for that stupid buck. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Dude. Let's go. Let's go. That could not have worked out any better.
There he is, boys. Got him? This week's been a pretty good grind. It's day 7 or 8, and this is our first buck or mature buck encounter that we've actually had in all those days. Last year when Dylan and I were out here, we had mature buck encounters pretty much every day, or for most part. We made it work tonight. Great night, great buck. It's got like 3 inside points here, and just a bunch of other cool characteristics towards the base of his horns. Super pumped about him. Got a lot of work to get done yet tonight. Got to get him to camp and cleaned up a little bit, but yeah, excellent hunt, awesome hunt. We got 2 more days, so hopefully we can get Dylan behind the bow here and maybe get another double in us.
It sure seems like every passing season comes with its own challenges. One year you might have a deer fall in your lap, and the next might have you feeling like you can't do anything right.
Go have a beer.
Yes, sir.
Success is sweet, and once you've had a taste of it, it's a feeling that we as hunters will never stop chasing.